Lighter mood, I'm beginning to wonder whether there is anybody today in this country who is not disabled, because you find everybody, if you cannot eat, are you not disabled? Anyway, on a more serious note, I want to say you read our blueprint. Issue of security. It's not just a matter of police, SSS, guns, and so on. You see, for you to have effective security in any country, you have to ensure the security of food, you have to ensure the security of health, education, infrastructure, all sorts of things, even job opportunities. Now, once you do that, you find so many instances, and of course, grudges will go down. And of course, dialogue is very key. Government must be talking to its people. President must come out regularly. In my opinion, if he can, every week. Talk to the people. Tell him where we came from, where we are, and what we intend to do. And people will be happy, even to see that their president and other key government officials are key, that people of that country, even those friendly countries, will be happy to ensure that things are going well. So there are many aspects of security that are key that must be handled very efficiently for you to have a very happy community, very happy country. Now, in the absence of that, of course, many things will happen. And that's when you can have all these things. Most of the things that are happening in some of these parts of the country in the north, in my opinion, are lacking in some of these things. And therefore, you have so many things, so many grudges. At the end of the day, if they are not addressed, some people will take arms against their fellow Nigerians and start killing people, maiming people, taking them for ransom, and all sorts of things. Another key thing is drug. The issue of drugs must be addressed very, very well, because most of these things are being done under the influence of drugs. And in most cases, you find now people are not fighting drugs. When I was in Kano, we handled the issue of drugs very effectively. We formed committees, some under NDLE, some under NAFDAC, with all the relevant stakeholders, and they were going from one point to the other to ensure that anybody taking drugs is being picked. And out of the 26 institutes that we built in 4 years, one of them was reformatory in Kiru local government. So anybody caught taking drugs will be taken to reformatory for 3 months, with psychologists, with clergy or imams, and everybody with the family. At the end of the day, we will take them back to normal, and then all of them, without exception, were either given work with the government or they were given capital to go and start their businesses. In fact, in that line, we take them to ITF in Kano to train them in various trades, give them capital free of charge to go and start their businesses. And most of them now working in government. In Kano, if you go, many of them in various, I don't want to mention places, but many of them were picked in motor parks, some along this and that, in dark places, and then they were revived, and now they are leaders in the society. So what is critical is that government has to do its own bit. But for those who would insist in being the bad boys, now that is where the issue of security agencies would come in and take necessary action to ensure the peace of the society. Thank you. Now, on the issue of age, I wish you are here physically, and I will make Sheun our referee and say, if you like, me and you to go from here to Maitama or somewhere to see who is more fit between me and you, or even the younger ones. Now, let me tell you, I am not in a hurry to become president. Otherwise, in 2007, when I was Minister of Defense, when I was advisor to President on Darfur and Somalia, when I was Deputy Speaker of the House of Reps, when I was Governor of Kano 4 years, when I was so on and so forth. I never thought of becoming president. I said I had an unfinished job in Kano. I had to go back to Kano and contest election and went back, finished my 4 years, and then move on. Because at that time there was nothing. Now we are still strong. In fact, much stronger than my friends, my colleagues, who I believe are tired. I don't know whether he was referring to me or the other people. So I wish you, Charles, I hope to see you when Sean invites us again. And when you are close to me, you should know that I'm the right person to do this job. If I had this job in 2007, for example, when many of my colleagues, 1999 governors, 2007 were contesting, even when I had more experience in various areas than them, they were contesting to become president. I was not in a hurry to be president, but I believe this is the time. And this is the time, by the grace of God, if I am able to do it now, I have all the experiences. It's just like Kano. All our achievements people are mentioning are only for second.
So Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso at Channels TV Townhall series today gave what I call an explosive explanation as to why he is the best candidate. He said every Nigerian is disabled. Well, I was even surprised when I heard that, but he explained what he meant by being disabled. You know, economy is going down. Like all of us are affected by this bad government of APC. So part of the things he said today is this. He said, Kwannkwaso said he will do everything under the sun to ensure that he doesn't go abroad for medical tourism, just like our President Buhari is doing now. In fact, the recent one he went to, he was opportune to meet the current king of UK or England, and the man asked him, King Charles asked him, do you have a house in UK? He said he doesn't. I'm even surprised that in an interview, because they asked him, what did you discuss with the King of England? And he said this is what he asked him. Kwannkwaso also said, we will work together with the state government and local government to make sure that each and every child in this country has the opportunity to go to school. And I think that he also said, for you to have security, you need to have food security, provide education and good health care, and of course, dialogue is very key. Government must talk to the people regularly. This is what Kwannkwaso has got to say. He also said why answering questions on indiscriminate borrowing, which has set back Nigeria's economy in recent years during the People's Town Hall. He said in a live in Channels TV live program, he said there is so much money in this country, we won't borrow to pay salaries. He said in Kano, while he was in Kano, he did not borrow money to pay salaries. Of course, Kano and Lagos, they are almost having one thing in common. The economy in Kano, in Lagos, is booming. So you cannot compare the economy of Kano and Lagos to that of countries like Niger, states like Niger, like all those, let me say Nasarawa. You can't compare them, or Jigawa. No, you can't. Or maybe comparing them with states like, let's say, Abia State, comparing them with states like, let's say, Ebonyi State. No, you can't do that. But we all understand what, where he's coming from. If he's given the chance, he's not going to be borrowing. Nigeria is using the money to service debt. The money we have used for infrastructural development and all that is used to service debt, and more money is being borrowed. The one borrowed have not been clear and is not even properly serviced, and more is being borrowed. So Kwannkwaso, ladies and gentlemen, this is Kwannkwaso, the presidential candidate of New Nigerian People's Party, and he is telling us he is the best. He's not a Milokan. He said he's not in a hurry to become Nigerian president, but he believes this is the time. My question is this: do you think that this is Kwannkwaso's time to become Nigeria's president?